everyone. I'm Karen Davis. I'm the Publications Director for the Camera Club of Richmond. Welcome to CCR Spotlights, where we feature one of our members and their work. And we like to do a video interview along with an article in our monthly newsletter, Southern Exposure. Today, we are spotlighting one of CCR's award-winning members and one of our priceless volunteers, Anita Storino. According to her artist bio, Anita's photography passion lies in post-processing, altering photographs through her creativity and making them her own. She particularly likes making composites. She exhibits in local juried shows and has had 2 solo shows, Wish Granted and My Favorite Things, both in Richmond. Anita has received local, regional, national, and now international recognition. She's won numerous awards in our CCR end of year competition and in other local competitions. She won first place in a national competition sponsored by the American Forest Organization, Forest in Focus competition in 2017. Most recently, she received a commended on her image Magic 2 in the experimental category at the Siena Creative Photo Awards. This was an international competition recognizing outstanding creative photos in 19 different categories. Anita's photo was one of 15 recognized in this particular category. On the personal side, Anita is a retired principal from Chesterfield County Public Schools who lives in Richmond with her husband, Donnie, and their 3 cats. She is surrounded by flora and fauna, and that's what frequently appears in the images that she shows us. So hello, Anita. First, let me congratulate you on that recent international award. But before we talk about your award, can you tell us a little something about you?
Well, I mean, you hit kind of the highlights. I spent my entire professional career in K-12 education, teacher, central office staff, and then into building administration. I really enjoyed it. I've been retired a number of years and have enjoyed that just as much, I must say. And I spend a lot of time in my garden. You can see from my background, I have the flower seeds there. And that leads to a lot of my pictures too, being outside.
Yeah, I love the backdrop. So tell us, when did you first pick up a camera?
You had told me you were going to ask that question. I remember that even in high school, I was using an Instamatic and taking pictures and having fun doing that. And in college, I had some friends who studied photography, and I was around them sometimes in the darkroom, and I did a little bit of the process, but it was more of an observer. And it was probably around early 2000s that I finally got a digital camera because I was going to enter the digital age along with everyone, and just started snapping pictures and, taking them on trips and that sort of thing. It wasn't until I started posting them on Facebook and getting some positive response that I enjoyed it. So I was doing more, and I entered my first competition in 2016. And so that's where that started.
All right, interesting. So where do you find your inspiration other than the flowers that we see behind you?
Well, I would say it's from people and things that I love. And a lot of times it's everyday things too. My husband, Don, his eyebrows and his feet have both appeared in pictures that I've taken and been in exhibits in galleries. My cats have also been in galleries. My cats have been in national retail calendars a couple of times in Cat of the Year kind of thing. I also like construction. Don't ask me why. I like to get out and take pictures of buildings going up. I like heavy equipment. I like the contrast of the people with all of that. There's something about it that's appealing to me.
And I think we saw that in several of the photos that you have submitted to CCR. So how did you find out about the Camera Club of Richmond?
I was a member of another local club. A fellow school teacher had asked me to join a different club and told me about CCR. A number of people were in both of them. And at about the point, it took me a while, but I realized that I was interested in getting evaluation, getting some feedback. The other club didn't do that. And that was the main reason I've joined. The camaraderie and education have been great. But the evaluation to me is invaluable.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. That has taken my photography definitely up a level or two. Mm-hmm. And we've just loved seeing your beautiful work, and we so appreciate your behind the scenes support as our Facebook editor. Many of our members may not know this, but Anita has been updating our Camera Club of Richmond Facebook cover photo every other day, to showcase our beautiful award-winning photos from 2020. So now that we have shown all of those photos, she is now featuring our members' images that have been published or won different awards. And speaking of awards, I want you to tell us about Magic 2 and the awesome recognition that it and you just received from the Sienna Creative Photo Awards. I am going to share my screen so that folks can see this lovely photo as you talk about it. It is also going to be the cover image for our July 2021 Southern Exposure publication. So tell us about this fabulous image.
Well, as far as the image goes, again, it's kind of everyday things. This is my neighbor's tree, and I was out getting bird feeders set up in the yard. Every morning I go out and fill them up. And the birds were roosting, and the conditions were right. I had the time, they were in the right place, and so I grabbed my camera and took some shots. This actually became part of a series. There's Magic 2, and Magic 3. Just as an aside, Magic is the photo that got into the jury Glave-Cosin show. Unhung was the name of the show. And then when I had that was the only one I had done. When I had my solo show at Taste Restaurant last year, I thought having a series would be a good idea. I know some serious photographers and they do series, and I thought, well, I'm going to be serious and I'm going to do a series too. And so I had a number of shots of the birds and the trees, and so I created the 3 of these. As I said, Magic got into the Glave-Cosin show. I will tell you that Magic 2 here, I entered in the CCR end of year evaluation last year. It got no love at all. So I'm saying you just never know what's going to happen. Magic 3, which also got no love, ended up getting an honorable mention at Artwork Simply Photography this year. So different jurors, different opinions. And so I'm glad I did a series. It's the first one I'd ever done. But the actual competition, I subscribe to Photo Insider, which gives lists of competitions. And a couple of years ago, I saw a kind of competition in Siena, Italy. And I've been there. I love Siena. I thought, oh, I have to enter this. And so I did, and I made it through the first round on one picture that time. I let it pass for a couple of years. And this year I saw they had a new category, creative. And I thought, I'm going to try for that. And so I sent in the series, all 3, and I got an email back saying that this photo had been selected for the final rounds, and I needed to send a high resolution image in of it. And so I did it. And then I got the email that it received commended, which means that you're in the show, and only images in the category that get awarded get into the show. This is a whole different level, absolutely different level for me. I have a bio page on their website. It was picked up by Forbes magazine, wrote about it, and it was carried in Apple News. So it's my own personal 15 minutes of fame, which I'm enjoying.
Oh, I think that is just awesome. Well, one of the questions I was thinking of as you were talking was, and when you said you entered it and it got commended, I thought, well, how in the world, like a parent with 3 children, did you decide which one? But then you answered that because you entered all 3. So that's good.
Right.
You let them decide which was the one they wanted.
Exactly.
Oh, that's terrific. Okay. Well, again, congratulations. What a neat story.
Thank you.
And you also mentioned that you have entered some other photos in the Camera Club of Richmond, and there was one that I definitely recalled because I was a fairly new member of the Camera Club when this one appeared in one of our evaluations. And okay, I'm going to do a screen share here and show you, and I know you know which one I'm talking about because you were brand new. You were in our group B, and here we go. Oh, no, there it is. And this popped up, and I remember the audience just kind of gasped and went, "Wow!" And so then it went on and won something really cool at Camera Club of Richmond. So tell us about this picture.
This picture, I was at the museum a while ago, and truth in photography, this is actually a cell phone picture. It's all I had with me at the time. And I got it home and got, working on it, and ended up in black and white and ended up with this mirror image, which I was just very happy with. I will tell you, when I got the CCR, that Best Picture end of year thing, I had no idea what that really meant because it's the first competition I had entered. I was like, oh, isn't this nice? I didn't realize how difficult it was. And I will say that Group A is a lot more difficult than Group B.
All right. And this is called, I believe, Seeing Double VMFA.
Yes.
Right. And yes, so again, as a new person, you're like, oh, isn't this cool? But yes, our top major award. So this won first place digital black and white in the creative category, I believe.
Yes.
Creative. And then
it won best. Yes.
Yeah. And then it went on to win what we call our major awards. And it was the Philip Luce Award for the best black and white photo in the entire show that year. So I just thought that was awesome.
I did.
And now that we know the rest of the story. Okay, go cell phones, you just never know.
Shoot with what you have.
Exactly. All right. And then there were a couple of others that we had that we were going to talk about. And it's going to take me a second to bring that up. So let me go grab another one. It's not an exact science. This one is called Bird, Moon, and Tree, I believe. So you can tell us how you envisioned this or how you created this or whatever you'd like to talk about on this
one. Well, you had asked me to select a couple photos that I really liked. And I selected this one because this one has actually sold, I think, 3 times. And when I have owed people something and say, let me give you a picture, a number of them have picked this one out. And I really like it too. This picture started again with me out in the yard early. It's a different neighbor's tree. It was the sole bird out there and the moon was up. And I got that. And of course the neighbor's house was behind it. And the question is, what are you going to do with that? At which point I started working with replacing the background with some texture and overlay. And I was fooling a bit at that time with light leaks, which add light colors to light streaks to a photograph. And so this is still one of my favorite photos.
I love the colors, and your title automatically planted an image in my mind. And then as I saw the picture for the first time, I realized the triangle, and the title sort of leads your eye to look for that triangle created by the bird, the moon, and the trees. So yeah, very, very interesting. I love how you see things and put things together. That's great. All right, I am going to go grab your third image that we were going to talk about here. I'm getting better at this as we go along. A little bit faster. All right. Tell us about this one.
I included this one because, as you can see, apparently I have a theme going on here with birds and trees. And actually, I shot this maybe in February this year. And I am drawn to the silhouette of the birds and the trees with the unexpected background. I had done a series in February of, again, the birds and the tree. And, you know, you're searching for that good bones in the tree with the bird placement to find the right one, and then finding a background that enhances that. And this is really in stark contrast to the Magic series, which are very bright and colorful, or even Bird Moon Trees, which is also bright, going black and white, and then using this overlay that had these textured rectangles on it, spoke to me. And I think to me, it's appealing. I hope other people like it too.
Yeah, very interesting. I love the contrast between the starkness of the tree and then that subtlety within the background. Very cool.
Well, and it tells me I need this winter. I need to get out and be looking for more birds and trees. I think I have
the leaves in the way in the summer. That's just really defeats the purpose.
Right.
Hard to see them. Now, I understand you have a website and an Instagram page where we can see more of your beautiful work.
I do indeed.
Right.
My website is my name, Anita Storino. Then it's .smugmug.com.
Okay.
And Instagram is my name with an underscore in there, Anita_Storino.
Okay. And then do you have any upcoming shows or contests or any other exciting things coming your way?
The only exhibits I'm really looking at right now are the CCR ones coming up. I have resubmitted to American Forest for this year. I don't think they've made any decisions yet on that.
Okay. All right. Well, we will definitely keep our fingers crossed. And then when I was asking you for background information, you gave me your artist statement, and if it's all right with you, I'd love to read that right now because it's a great quote, I think, to leave folks with as to how you approach what you do. And these are Anita's words. When I open photos on my computer, I'm entering my world of possibilities. That's when my work really begins, making the images mine. I've come to think of myself more as a post-processor than a photographer. When I view images on screen, I'm looking for good bones. I ask myself, what can this image become? And I think as photographers, we all ask that question of ourselves and of our work. And I love how you put that. So thank you again for talking with us and sharing your work. And we hope to see some of these images maybe in our upcoming image evaluations and our CCR exhibits that are coming up. So again, thank you for joining us today and for all of the volunteer work that you've done for Camera Club of Richmond behind the scenes. And unfortunately, sometimes you folks don't get all the recognition that you need for, and that's a lot of work keeping that Facebook page going and sharing all these beautiful things.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity of doing this. And I enjoy working with everybody at CCR, and you are carrying a big load. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. And we enjoy it. It's great. The board, we love what we're doing, and I think we've made some really great strides the last few years. So it's been fun. All right, thanks. Well, go have a great rest of your day. Go take some more pictures.
All right, thank you.
Okay.